Influencers are getting called out for pressuring Morgan Adams to get Botox and lip injections, and Jeffree Star is getting involved. Before I get into the tea, I just want to put out a disclaimer. Please do not send any hate to Morgan Adams, Tarte Cosmetics, Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, or anyone else involved in this story. This video is simply meant to report on the news and give some insight on the situation. I also have an announcement to make. Our merch store has new colors and styles in some of our best sellers, and we released new merch just in time for Black Friday. Introducing the Pocket T-shirt, Tea Time shirt, and various stickers. And we have a special discount just until Tuesday. Use code TFriday for 15% off your order. Post a picture of you wearing our merch and tag us on Instagram with hashtag #Spill1Mil to get featured on our Instagram page. Thank you so much for all your love and support. On October 28th, Shane Dawson released the 5th episode of his series on the beauty community. It shows him and Morgan Adams having an honest conversation about her getting involved with the wrong crowd and being influenced by beauty gurus. Morgan is a vlogger and the sister of Shane's fiance, Ryland Adams.
Before I lived here, I'd never even known that like Botox or lip injections or any of that stuff was a thing. And now, like after hanging out with all these people, you don't even have to talk to them. They like suck you in there like, let me give you the needles.
Later on, Shane tells Jeffree Star that Morgan had a breakdown after returning home from a brand trip in Hawaii.
She's like, everybody's being so mean to me. And she's like, all the gurus are making fun of me. And then she's like, and there's a brand trip I signed a contract for, I guess. She's like, and I can't get out of it, but I don't want to go.
They can't force you to go somewhere.
They literally were like, well, you still have to post 5 pictures even if you don't go.
Send me the brand and I'll handle it now.
Shane and Jeffree decide to have a sit-down conversation with Morgan where they reveal the truth about some beauty gurus.
She always comes back from anything where she's hanging out with those types of people feeling really bad about herself. Like she's not making enough money because all they talk about is how much they make money. She doesn't get brand deals. And I all talk about brand deals.
And the real tea is they're all lying just for attention and to feel good around others. If they were all just themselves, imagine how great everyone would get along. But all they're focused on is, I have this more than you, and I'm better, and I'm better, and I'm better. And it's just like, that's why I stopped going. I'm like, oh, it's just not the environment that I want to be around.
Jeffree tells Morgan that the beauty community can be nasty and asks her what happened during her trip.
I was the one out. They could tell that my like foundation like wasn't on my neck, but it was weird. Like it wasn't even beauty people on the trip. So I'm assuming that all the beauty people kind of gave up on going because they're so bad.
Shane later brought up how some people from the trip tried to convince Morgan to get cosmetic treatments done.
Lips and fillers and a lot of things that like she's too insecure.
Well, things like that, they like want me to do like fillers, but they also like make your Instagram look like this. You need to only take pictures with photographers. You need to do all these things to your videos, and I told Shane on that, and he was like, do not absolutely do that.
Shane told Morgan she shouldn't get them done out of pressure, otherwise she'll regret it.
You shouldn't listen to those types of people. You don't have to get filler and get all these things just because they told you to. Obviously, we both had things done.
Jeffree joined in and told Morgan that he thinks most people do it because they're trying to mask how they feel inside. He also shared why he thinks people are pressuring her in the first place.
Honestly, it just settled like the fact that you don't have fake teeth, a bunch of filler, and all this crazy and you're successful, they can't fathom it. I 100% think that.
After the episode was released, several people agreed with Jeffree. They were intimidated by her being as successful as she is with her natural beauty and down-to-earth personality, so they were trying to bring her down. It sadly worked for a bit, but I hope she sees all the positive things people are saying after this episode and feels much better about herself. I feel like all of us who fell in love with Morgan on YouTube love her because she's not like any of these other influencers. It's a breath of fresh air seeing someone so funny, naturally stunning, and so kind be genuine. Lots of gurus can't handle that she didn't need to change herself to be successful. Even Jeffree Star says that. A lot of them try to change people like Morgan so that they feel like their way of influencing is supreme. They also discovered that the company Morgan went on a trip with was Tarte Cosmetics. Some people commented that they weren't even familiar with who the other influencers were. Queen Morgan and don't know anyone else in this photo. I only recognize 2 influencers in this group, and neither one has actually influenced me to buy a single Tarte product. Perhaps it's time to reconsider their marketing strategy. Not sure how I can cancel someone who is irrelevant. Morgan was probably one of the bigger or more known influencers on this trip because of Shane, which leads me to believe that what Jeffree said was 100% true. The influencers on the trip include Leanne V, Karen Young, Lord DIY, Megs, Tiara Walker, Stephanie Montes, Manny MUA, Exterior Glam, RawBeautyKristi, TTLY Tila, Romy, Chanel Brown, Noel Aravallo, Mahogany Locks, Kalani Hilliker, Horia, Richard. It's unclear which influencers were pressuring Morgan to get cosmetic treatments done. It's also unclear if Tarte is the company that Shane mentioned in their serious talk about brand trips. So, what's the big issue? The rise of influencers pressuring others to get cosmetic treatments done and the exclusivity of brand trips. Throughout the episode, Morgan talks about how some influencers were pressuring her to get Botox and lip injections done.
They just I feel like my brain has a floss in it and they're
Okay, more.
RawBeautyKristi, who went on the same trip as Morgan, shared that people have pressured her in the same way in the past. I've definitely had this happen to me too. I've had people say, "You've got to get lip filler." I look nothing like the standard of beauty, but I am 10,000% fine with that now. I've given up on letting other people make me feel small and insignificant for it. According to the BBC, young people are turning to cosmetic procedures such as Botox and dermal fillers as a result of social media pressure. Social anthropologist Jeanette Edwards said she's shocked by some of the evidence she's seen, including makeover apps and cosmetic surgery games that target girls as young as 9. She also said, "There's a daily bombardment from advertising and through social media channels like Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat that relentlessly promote unrealistic and often discriminatory messages on how people, especially girls and women, should look." In an investigative video, Refinery29 reporter Lexi Lebsack interviewed Ashley Kargas, who said she wished that she looked like her Instagram filter in real life.
Wow, I really like this photo. I wish I looked like this in real life. Because it's not like this isn't me. I didn't edit this photo other than smoothing my face on Facetune and making it black and white. But I didn't touch my nose. I didn't touch my eyebrows. I didn't touch my eyes. I didn't touch my lips. It's just a really good photo, but I almost want to recreate it in person. But how can I do that? I can't. Or can I?
She said she kept seeing people on Instagram who got lip injections and that it encouraged her to do the same.
I kept seeing on Instagram people getting their lips done and how it looked more pouty and it looked really cute and I really liked it. I took selfies every day for a while right after I did it.
Lexi said in 2016, billions of dollars have been spent on minimally invasive procedures.
In 2016, Americans spent more than $8 billion on minimally invasive procedures. Botox, laser, filler. How has social media collided with these emerging cosmetic techniques to drive young women to chase the filtered look?
Okay.
And who benefits from the rise of this culture of perfection?
She also highlighted that while Botox and filler have been historically marketed to women in their 40s and above, social media has driven the demand from younger women.
In the last 10 years, the use of soft tissue fillers and Botox injections are trending up for women in their 20s.
Plastic and cosmetic surgeon Dr. Patel said many patients don't fully understand the risks of minimally invasive procedures.
I think social media glosses over the risks of injectables. Injectables have become so common and people see it everywhere and in their mind it's a very easy thing to have done. I think they're kind of comparing it to, say, a hair salon appointment or getting a facial, and it's really not the same thing. It's a medical procedure and it needs to be treated that way.
In Lexi's article about her video, she said, understanding a medical practitioner's qualifications is nearly impossible on social media alone, no matter how much information they pack into their posts. For example, Dr. Orion, who is known for treating the Kardashians and Jenners, often wears white lab coats that read Cosmetic Dermatology or Cosmetic Surgery. But he didn't actually study these disciplines in residency. Instead, he started a residency in anesthesiology and dropped out before finishing. Lexi explained that any medical doctor can open a dermatology clinic without violating the law, but the American Academy of Dermatologists does not recognize any MD who hasn't studied the field in school or residency. According to the New York Times, in the United States, all doctors with state medical licenses are allowed to administer all kinds of treatments, regardless of their training. Furthermore, critics said that treatments by MDs with 1 week of training aren't as safe or reliable when compared to those performed by dermatologists and plastic surgeons. According to the American Academy of Dermatology, some MDs in spas and beauty clinics call themselves dermatologists, but they do not have the correct accreditation. Their website highlights that no one has completed more training than dermatologists to address concerns with skin, hair, and nails. Before they can begin practicing, dermatologists receive more than a decade of training. 4 years of college to earn a bachelor's degree, 4 years of medical school to become a medical doctor, a year-long internship, 3 years of residency, working alongside experienced doctors and completing 12,000 to 16,000 hours of treating patients. Jeffree Star actually got a treatment from an inexperienced MD in Beverly Hills. He explained the MD botched his lip injection.
He allegedly used about 2 syringes for my bottom and top lips total, okay? Now, I didn't notice anything was wrong until about a year later. And I discovered a few years after that this doctor had mixed in silicone with Juvederm. I never asked for that. I never knew he was doing this. So I really don't know why this person did this.
He said that it's made him feel insecure for years.
It has embarrassed me. It has made me feel weird when I'm doing photo shoots. It is something that I have to airbrush in some pictures when I'm in different angles. And it's something that has haunted me for a long time.
Fortunately, he was able to get the silicone removed by dermatologist Dr. Kirby, who is known for fixing botched treatments. Jeffree told his viewers to always do their research.
I hope that this story can help other people. I hope that if you're watching this, you do your research about the doctors before you go anywhere, whether it's even a hairdresser, a tattoo artist, a plastic surgeon, someone that just does fillers. Please do your research.
So you can see, there's a lot to consider before you decide to get cosmetic treatments. In one part of the series, Jeffree tells Shane that he felt the same way as Morgan when he used to go on brand trips.
I'm just sitting here feeling sad that she ever felt like that, I guess. Because I felt like that, and I was exactly in her shoes on the same trip, just a different place.
In the past, he took to Twitter to share how he and other people felt about brand trips and one of the major issues. Dear makeup brands, everyone, including me, is tired of seeing influencer brand trips. You shouldn't need to fly 45 people out to a foreign country to sell some mascara. The way the industry works needs a major overhaul. The industry is stale, so wake the up. Hundreds of people agreed with him, and some made comments about what companies should be spending their money on instead. My thing is, if they can afford to splurge on these trips, they can use better ingredients in their products or cut their profit margin to make some of their stuff affordable. Us, the consumer, who pays for all these trips. And then a lot of influencers have gotten sloppy drunk and fighting and drama starts. Seeing influencers on brand trips make me not support that brand. What these big companies don't understand is that we're human. When someone like you takes time to share videos of you being human, interacting with other people we love to see, we're drawn to your company before theirs, who only throws our money at the same 10 influencers. In a video, YouTuber Saffron Barker has publicly shared the many perks she received from these kinds of trips. She said the companies that sponsor her trips take care of everything.
The brand pay for everything. The brand pay for your flight, they pay for your hotel, your accommodation, they pay for the activities. Basically, they pay for everything that they want everyone to go and do. Pay for like food and stuff as well. Like if you're going out for a dinner together, they pay.
Beauty editor Ali Connell estimated that one trip would cost $338,640 for flights, private jets, hotels, food and drink, activities, and swag, which she described as conservative. The actual cost of a trip like this could easily exceed $500,000, but for brands who use these trips as both advertising and client outreach, because don't you want YouTubers to use your products in their videos watched by millions of people? It's worth it. Plus, this is still cheaper than a single page ad in a print magazine. According to WebFX, an online marketing company, the average 30-second national ad cost is $342,000, and a one-page magazine ad costs $250,000, while TV and print ads may may not reach a company's target audience, a series of Instagram posts could sell out products within 24 hours. Along with disclosing what companies pay for, Saffron and YouTuber Guy have admitted they prefer to go on trips where they know everyone.
I know every single person that's coming on this trip.
Yeah, that's what I love.
Which I love as well, because honestly, I've been on brand trips and there's been, I can't really say that it's been people that I don't like, but there's like been certain people that not everyone gets on with as much. Maybe you just feel more uncomfortable, and when you have to share a room with someone, it might not be someone that you're really close with. So sometimes it could be really awkward. Who would want to go on holiday like and feel like they're all alone, you know?
This is just one example where companies will pick influencers who already know each other, which sparked widespread concerns about exclusivity. Why does it feel like every week a new brand is taking the same group on the same trip? To be honest, I feel as though the people jump on the opportunity are untrustworthy with their reviews. Overall, no one should feel pressured to get cosmetic treatments done, and others should respect whatever decision they make. Many can agree that if you choose to do it, you should carefully review a doctor's qualifications and history outside their social media pages. Anyone can visit the American Academy of Dermatology's website, search for a doctor by their name and location, and find credible information about their qualifications and services. And companies should acknowledge that their customers, who are everyday people, are the ones that have driven their success, long before Instagram and influencers came along. The amount of money spent on brand trips should go towards expressing their appreciation and making more of an effort to be more inclusive. What do you think about this story? Do you think the industry needs a major overhaul? Let me know in the comments below.